What's up, everybody? Welcome to the ReCoop. I'm your host, Cooper Daniels, and today is Tuesday, right? No. Yeah, today's Tuesday, February 20th. Oh, guys, what a day. What a way to start a show. Trying to remember the day. You know what I mean? That's how on top of it I am. What day is it? Oh, yeah, it's Tuesday. Oh, brothers in Christ, how are we doing? How do we feel? Is everybody doing what they want with their lives? I'm not. Maybe sometimes. Look, folks, we're gonna have a great show today. We're gonna look at Fisherman, aka Johnny from NFD, J Town. Spent a lot of time and effort and has worked on solutions for the Algorand community to move forward in a positive way, for us all to kind of unite and start to look back, not in anger, like some Irish playwright said, but look back and reward people for their dedication to the Algorand community. I got to move this in so we don't get so much echo. Not as good. It used to have more, so it's not going to actually block it out too much. But I want to look at that. You know what I'm saying? I saw Tiffany Fong. I don't know if you know who Tiffany Fong is, but she's I guess has a relationship with an inmate that is serving time with old Sammy Bankman-Fried. So that's her picture that she got directly from the inmate, and she really wanted people to give her credit for that. So she deserves that. What a picture. Oh my God, that guy looks meek. He's just like, And then they got the only guy who's clearly the guy that gave her the picture, because he's like, yeah, you can put my face in it. Looking over there like, I kill people. And then this Sam Bankman-Fried being like, my mom is at Stanford. Do you love me, man? I'll give you Ethereum when you get out. Folks, everything's going to be okay. What are we looking at? Are you guys in the chat? How are we doing? What's up, GG? What picture was that? SBF in prison? Oh, you haven't seen it. Yeah, that is, I think, a very real picture of SBF in prison. Good morning, everyone. Not exactly. We try, though. LOL. GM there, Oasis. There we go. You know, I've been preparing for this interview I'm going to do after the show today. I need you guys to tell me when it's 10:50, by the way. I got to end at 10:50. Because I'm going to interview this guy that collaborated with David Bowie. He's like a healer, an artist. He does a lot of interesting things. And I really have no idea how this is going to go. I prepared a bit, but it's just so different. So we'll see. I'm excited to have the conversation. Maybe he will heal me. I think you guys know there might need to be some healing done. Maybe there'll be a live healing. Won't be live, but maybe there'll be a recorded healing on the ReCoop. I'm open to anything at this point, folks. Give it to me. Give me the healing. Bring on the healing. Did you guys see this shit? I want to show you this real quick before we dive into the impact DAO. We obviously have to look at the news. I think the stock market, what did we do? NVIDIA decided, no, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to be, did it fall a bit? I don't know. That's all I saw. I saw that some of the crypto prices dipped a bit. We'll look at that. What's up? Good afternoon, Native. Thanks for showing up. Bye, Scully friends. One of the best projects on Algorand, hands down. Dude continues to give back, support people. Certainly the people that support him. He shills my Patreon once a month, even though it's fallen back a little bit again. We're going to get back, folks. Uncle Coop is trying to get back on top of things. Been having some stomach issues, and I'm a bit of a hypochondriac. And now my algorithm keeps on feeding me colorectal cancer articles. I abused this stomach, folks, with lots of shitty food and lots of booze. So that's not good for me. I probably got to get a colonoscopy. Ugh. Anyways, fucking, if you're young, you know, maybe take care of yourself. I don't care. Folks, I do. I care about you, folks. I care about you. But you're going to do what you're going to do, right? Nobody wants to be told what to do. You know, not by me. Good afternoon. Oh, it's afternoon. Oh, yeah, because we're at 10:15. All right. I don't really have time to do this jibber jabber, but I do want to look real quick at something I posted yesterday because I find it so weird. And I know you guys, some of you are going to be like, oh, when did Coop turn into a conspiracy theorist? I actually push back on conspiracies, but this is like too much. Hold on. We're going to go to this. This is just a CNBC article, so it doesn't have all the details. But did you guys see this? Did you see this on my Twitter feed? Like, it's crazy. Hold on. Let's go over here. All right. Share this tab instead. Go over here. I have too many fucking windows open. All right. So here she is. This is Angela Chow, and she is the sister-in-law of the Senate Minority Leader, Mitch McConnell, former Senate Majority Leader, Mitch McConnell, man that gives a speech and has 10-minute pauses where he just stares out into space like he's broken. He's aging, and that's sad, I guess. I guess aging is not that sad. Anyways, doesn't matter. So she is the sister-in-law, the sister to Elaine Chao, who was in the Trump administration. She was the Secretary of Transportation and the Secretary of Labor in George W. Bush's administration. Very connected lady. Well, her sister was pronounced dead after apparently her Tesla, when she got into it after midnight, went into reverse into a pond and she drowned after midnight. She was married to a billionaire. Well, she at first was married to a billionaire I don't know how many years back. He died the year that she was, that they got married. And now she's married to another billionaire, Jim Breyer. She was what? The CEO of Foremost Group, which I believe is a dry bulk, shipping company. So a huge shipping company, which is interesting with what's going on in the Red Sea, I guess, or not, I don't know. But the point is, she's also on the board of the Bank of China. China? Isn't that creepy? These billionaires, man. This is like an episode of Ozark. Look at her. This lady got got. And in a Tesla. Makes me wonder, the conclusion that I think most of us would come to is that, or not most of us, I don't know. Do you guys just really think that after midnight one night, this highly connected lady in the shipping industry on the board of Bank of China and connected to people like Mitch McConnell and Elaine Chao, you think she just got into her Tesla one night after midnight and just, Tesla decided to reverse into a pond and drown her ass? You think that that's just what happened? Tesla's like that? I don't know, folks. What it makes me think is I'm never buying a fucking Tesla. Never mind. I'm done. No, thank you. No, thank you, dude. Your little computer on wheels can be hacked, can't it? By your enemies. Get a message to your very well-connected sister and brother-in-law. I don't know. What do you guys think of that story? Isn't it crazy, though? I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you think that this is me going crazy. I saw somebody post Matthew McConaughey in that fucking movie where he was sick, and I'm like nervous about my stomach, and he's like, this is about to be you soon. Fucking post shit like that. Hold on. Where are you guys at? You guys here? She marries as well as John Kerry. Hit job. Hit job, 100% a hit job. By who? I don't know. But I mean, like I said, this is definitely out of Ozark. And I mean, if I had to guess, if you wanted me to speculate, some people are trying to get a message to Mitch McConnell. There we go. All right. All modern vehicles can be hacked. That's true. But if you've got a gas car, is there something you can do? Maybe gas is better. Is it better? I don't know. Learn to swim. Well, she probably was locked. They probably locked her in, couldn't get out. I don't know. Anyways, moving on. Okay, so let's get busy here. Let's do the things that we're here to do. So we're at CNBC. Let's just get back to it. Let's just look at CNBC real quick, see what the stock market's doing. All right, so it's falling. There you go. So the Dow's down only 86 points. The S&P is down nearly 0.75%, and the Nasdaq, which means tech, Nvidia leads tech decline, is down about 1.5%. Yeah, I mean, don't FOMO into Nvidia at this point. I mean, that thing has gone absolutely positively parabolic. There's nothing. I don't see anything. What was weird about that story about freaking Angela Chow, is that how buried the news was. I mean, she's so connected, and it just like barely, like there was a CNBC article on, I guess, Saturday. I don't know, but it's not like it. I mean, I don't watch the news, to be honest, so maybe it was a bigger story, but nobody knows about that. Nobody's talking about that, which is odd. Let's be honest. Everything's owned by people. There's a whole thing going on that we're not aware of, folks, and it's weird. Anyways, that's enough. Okay, let's go to Bloomberg real quick, I guess. Can you tell my heart's into it? Let's go to Bloomberg, I guess. We have shit to do. I got to talk about, I want to go through this impact DAO. Markets start to speculate if the next Fed move is up, not down. Oh, shit. The market's like, wait a second. We've been counting on some cuts, but are these bros about to raise rates again? The tech industry is doing their damnedest, though, to fire as many people as possible to get them to cut rates. Okay, American Airlines wants you to pay more. Two Rothschild bank clans fight over clients, power, and the family name. What could be more annoying? I don't see anything. Amazon has definitely gone down in quality for sure. It had its moments. It had its moment. I feel like it's going down a bit. I feel like this is opening up an opportunity for places like Walmart specifically, for their online business, and then Target. Target should probably start to really ramp up their online business, which I think they have been. All right, enough of that shit. Okay, well, let's just look at crypto real quick. Anything interesting? Bitcoin's pushing down a bit. ETH got rejected at 3. Sol's on its way down. This disproportionate percentage is still here on the block. I don't know why they always want you to think that Sol is down more than it is. So we got, let's make sure we're sharing all this shit. Yeah, I am. Okay, cool. Crypto lawyer John Deaton runs for U.S. Senate against Elizabeth Warren. That's interesting. Beat him, John. Beat her, John. Go get him, John. Ether hits 3,000 for the first time since 2022 amid spot ETF speculation. I don't know why it's probably because I hate money, but I just don't, like, my distaste for Ethereum is growing. All right. Blockworks, real quick. I'm going to blaze through this stuff because I do want to spend a good amount of time on Fisherman's proposal. Okay, nobody cares about your token extensions. WorldCoin gains renewed interest following launch of OpenAI Sora. I'm on the fence about these AI coins, folks. I mean, I haven't done a ton of research on them, and okay, there obviously it's the narrative, so there's a lot of money to be made. But being caught holding some of this vaporware is going to be painful. So make sure you take profits in the AI coin race, because so much of this crap is just going to be, it's like the metaverse. AI coins. All right, I don't care about any of this shit. EOS desk real quick. Bitcoin suffers swift reversal at 53K, suggesting more consolidation ahead. Makes sense. Like to see it go down to like 48 and then jump up to 58. That's what I'd like to see. Stellar's finally getting around to rolling out some smart contracts. All right. That's fine. All right, let's go to CoinMarketCap. All right, Bitcoin down actually in the last 24 hours, down over 1%. Volume is okay. Ethereum volume is high, but also down over the last 24 hours. But in the last 7 days, way outperforming Bitcoin, 2x outperformance, almost 3 actually. No, not almost 3, but over 2. BNB performing. Yep. So Solana seems to be leading the charge down. I speculated yesterday. I've been speculating for months that when we start to see Solana and maybe things like AVAX disconnecting from the rest of the market and going down, then that should be the beginning. I think that will be the beginning of a pretty good washout, led by the ones that the biggest gainers. Cardano's corrected a bit over the last 24 hours, but still over 60 cents, up 11%. Do people use Cardano? I want to know. I like you guys. I like the ADA community. I'm supportive. But does anybody actually use it other than, is the DeFi something that people use? Are there opportunities? What are we doing with Cardano? I want to know. You guys need to educate me. I know there's a lot of philosophy. There's a lot of education. There's a lot of personality. There's a lot of good insight into the industry. But are we actually using it, and is the experience okay? Chainlink is correcting down 6%. Somebody wants some money. It was crazy that was going up so high anyways. Polkadot also pushing down, not up as like the rest, 750. Come on, Polkadot. I'm very up on that position, but it could be better. Hedera, over 10 cents. 3.5 billion market cap. Massive volume. 523 million. For Hedera, number 30, that is more than Optimism, more than double Aptos, more than double Near, which is also down 6%. So Hedera Hashgraph is going parabolic. Ba-doot-doo. VeChain correcting a bit over the last 24 hours, but still up 34% over the last 7 days. Render still up 20% over the last 7 days. Say up 20%. Monero down 5, but bouncing back in the last 24 hours. So it's playing around in this 100 to 125 area. So Sui's down. Sui Magui. That's the new narrative. That's the new people are, you can see it. You see it. People are starting to like the Sui. Almost 9%. Thorchain down 7%, getting back down to $5. Algorand. You could build Uber on top of it, and it's also out of the top 50. Number 52 at 19 and a quarter, down 3.5% over the last 24 hours, but still up almost 10% over the last 24 or 7 days. Volume, nothing. Look at that. Peanuts compared to Hedera, 67 million, which is a little high for where Algorand on a quiet day would trade, the volume would be. All right. ASAs, are you ready? All right. So what's going on? Did Guard come back? Why is Guard pumping? Okay, so it all stands about the same. Opal is up over 10 cents. Looks like KuCoin corrected down a bit at like 3.5 cents still. GORA getting back down to 30 cents. And there you go. All right, let's talk fishermen. Let's get there. Okay, we got about 20 minutes on this. Oh, you're giving me a break. Please don't make me sign up for a medium. Okay, thank you. All right, we got you guys here? We're here, right? All right, you guys ready? GG says, if that CEO would have been taken out in Russia or China, it would have been all over the news here. Yeah, honestly. Okay. It's weird that there's like no, I mean, she's a CEO of a massive shipping company that goes into reverse into a pond and dies drowning. What? After midnight. No details to be found. She's the sister-in-law to Mitch McConnell, a massive political figure in the United States of America. Like, what is going on? Ozark. All right. Hey, this is a proposal for the establishment. Am I sharing this? Yeah. Of the Impact Oracle DAO to fund public goods in the Algorand ecosystem. Some more frogs. All right. So this proposal, okay, we can read. I know I can read, folks. This proposal presents, see, you see how I did that? I said presents, the establishment of an Impact Oracle within the Algorand ecosystem to oversee the allocation of funds for public goods. The foundational principle of the Impact Oracle is to align profit with the creation of impact, encapsulating the ethos that impactful contributions should yield financial rewards. It aims to ensure that only the concrete outcomes benefiting the ecosystem are rewarded, while potential future contributions are the resources spent on a contribution are not considered. So what that's saying is that we're going to reward you for building cool shit. And the idea, I imagine, is that if you built cool shit before without the reward, you're more likely to continue to build cool shit because now you've been incentivized. Now you hold a bunch of algo that you don't need to build it because you've already built it. You've already created the impact. So that is also possibly, you're not going to just immediately dump that to fund everything. You might because you need money or whatever, but that's not the point. The point is so often these people say, I promise I'll build something awesome. I'm going to build a social media hub on Algorand using zero knowledge proofs and AI and Taco Coin. And then then they're going to give you a bunch of money. Well, I need to sell all this to fund all of my wonderful endeavors, and then nothing comes from it. Sorry to put your name in that Taco Coin. I just was using random things. But the point is this seems to be like, hey, okay, you've been here, you've been building. Here is your reward for building cool shit. Now continue to build cool shit. Maybe you get more rewards. Who knows? Just as long as you keep building cool shit, you got this awesome DAO that is willing to appreciate you. All right. I don't know if I got that right, but that's my first instinct when I read that. Central to this initiative is the concept of retroactive public goods funding, which is predicated on the notion that assessing what has happened is more straightforward than predicting what will happen. Okay, I mean, that's basically what I was just talking about. We outline a mechanism designed to operate efficiently, transparently, and with the credible neutrality to assess each nominee's impact. This process involves collecting votes from members to determine the allocation of ALGO to nominees based on their contributions. To aid in the decision-making process, voters will be provided with relevant metrics, which will be refined over time based on feedback. Okay, we're good. A feature of good governance is the ability to swiftly identify and rectify mistakes. This approach is heavily inspired by the success of Optimism's Retro PGF program. Through this initiative, we aim to establish a system that not only rewards past contributions, but also incentivizes ongoing impact within the Algorand ecosystem. All right, so the Impact DAO requests not a small amount of money, 600 million ALGO. That's $1.2 billion a couple years ago. Amazing. Duration and emission. The emission plan spans 10 years, broken down into 3-month epochs. Tupac's 3 months, Tupac with a linear emission strategy of 15 million ALGO per. Long-term sustainability, we recommend allocating half of all fees collected in the fee sink to the DAO to allow additional epochs to occur after the 600 million ALGO is distributed. A main point of impact the project can make is transaction fees, as that will one day be the only source to sustain the network. Establishment of the DAO, community controlled. The community has banded together to create this proposal, as well as all the necessary technical implementation details. If this proposal is accepted, work on the DAO contracts and front end will begin immediately by experienced community volunteers. Did you hear that, folks? Did you hear that? Are you not pumped up for this? Honestly, this is like I don't think that you guys can throw enough flowers or I don't know. What do you like, John? Fish. Like throw enough fish at this man for the work he's doing. Because imagine a impact DAO led by the community, how aspirational that is, and how that is a story that people can be like, holy shit, Algorand's really putting their money where their mouth is. They really have built something that the community is leading, and they are funding this thing. They're taking control. This is decentralization at its best. In my opinion, Fisherman is on a mission to save Algorand, and it's working. And he's spending a lot of time on it with his computer and Chat GPT, but that's fine. I don't know what the image is. If this proposal is accepted, work on the DAO contracts and front end will begin immediately by experienced community volunteers. The foundation will not be responsible for the design of the DAO, creation of the DAO, or the selection of DAO members. Funding mechanism. A DAO controlled by a smart contract will be funded quarterly by the Algorand Foundation Treasury with 15 million ALGO. Additionally, a certain percentage of the fee sink should be dedicated to ensuring the long-term viability of public goods funding. Changes to the fee sink allocation are not part of this proposal, but we will feel it's essential to making this program work long-term and should be included in the next white paper or roadmap. Control of the DAO will be vested in its members, each awarded a non-transferable voting token with freeze and clawback as their stake in the DAO. With 115 members, each member has 115th vote, one 115th voting power to start. As more members are added to the DAO, each member's voting power will effectively go down. Composition and dynamics of the Impact Oracle. Okay, initial composition. The DAO will initially consist of 30 community members, 70 builders or creators, and 15 members of the Algorand Foundation. I have selected the 115 people that I believe would make a high-quality starting group. Please find the proposed group below. This is where everybody stopped reading and scrolled all the way to the bottom and clicked on the proposed group and looked for their name. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to continue reading, and then I'm going to do that. Trying to include everyone, XGov approach, isn't as important as ensuring these are highly qualified and engaged members who are deeply care for the ecosystem. This is why I suggest handpicking the initial group over a governance vote, as a governance vote is unlikely to select the best members, but rather the most popular, loudest members. I am certainly not the best judge and would appreciate the community guiding me towards the initial 115 members. However, leaving this to the Algorand Foundation would lead the community to feel it's not genuinely decentralized. If a community member picks the group with community feedback, it seems like the least worst way to go. Cheers. Agree. Membership evolution mechanisms will be in place for the democratic election of new members and the expulsion of current members. Every round, 5 new members will be eligible to join the DAO. If any members, see, this is also just creating, there's a group of 115 people that have been in this ecosystem, been through this terrible bear market, have been through all the dumping, have been through all the price depreciation, and it's creating a sense of purpose. And it's it'll reignite people's passion for this. Engagement and nomination process. A streamlined on-chain process will enable any individual to express their desire to join the DAO. This will be a very simple contract that allows users to register their interest. At the start of every round, current DAO members will hold a vote to fill the DAO's vacant and new positions from those who express a desire in being a member. Okay, we're good. Expulsion, you don't vote probably, and you get out, or if a bunch of people don't want you to be in there, you're going to get kicked out. Let's move on. Operations of the DAO. Nominating RPGF recipients. Anyone or anything can be nominated to receive RPGF, as long as they have made an impact on the Algorand ecosystem and have an Algorand account. Simply send a note transaction to the DAO wallet with the project name, wallet information. Okay, we don't need to get into these details right now. Round initiation. A new RPGF round is triggered once the DAO's balance hits the 15 million ALGO threshold. Each DAO member gets 15 million votes, which they can allocate amongst the nominees with a cap of 5% for any one project. So you can only get 750,000 ALGO in an epoch, an epic epoch. Each nominee should be judged by the DAO members based on their impact within the last 3 months. Okay, so these are some of the things that you guys can all read through. Results are scored using, okay, so they've worked this all out. I have no chance. All right. Current phase. We're in the draft ARC, get community feedback, make changes as needed, submit ARC. Pass in governance setup phase. DAO chartered, contracts written, members granted, tokens, D40 portal built. DAO D40. It's like, what? DAO portal built, audited multiple times, 1 to 2 months post ARC passing. Algorand Foundation, 15 million ALGO deposited to the DAO smart contract. Nominations open. DAO members vote on new members. Nominations close. Phase 2, voting opens. Members begin to allocate their votes. Members deliberate. Voting closes. Median is calculated. Distribution is sent. Post-mortem of results. Recommend improvements. ALGO sent to those making an impact. Awesome. This proposal does not affect the existing technical infrastructure of the Algorand network, but introduces a new organizational structure and funding mechanism within its ecosystem. The Impact Oracle would solely focus on public goods funding for the ecosystem. The proposal outlines governance structures and funding mechanisms designed to minimize trust and ensure transparent and auditable operations. Detailed security audits will be required for the smart contracts involved in DAO operations. These contracts will be open sourced and shared with Algorand Tech and Algorand Foundation prior to accepting any funds. Additionally, we recommend funding the DAO in tranches to reduce the risk of a contract exploit. Conclusion. The overarching goal of the DAO is to refine the process of funding public goods within the Algorand ecosystem. The Impact Oracle aims to iteratively enhance the effectiveness of this process round over round, eventually reaching impact equals profit equilibrium. Public goods funding is one piece within a larger network flywheel, which drives value for users and builders, which drives more demand for Algorand block space, which drives more fee sync revenue, which can then feed into node incentives and funding. No KYC. All right, let's get to this. Okay, we got Chris Sim, we got Jaws, we got Fred Estante, we got Joe Poles, we got Min Wei, Ryan Fox, Michael Knott from Algo Foundry. We got Algo Hour. Abdul from GORA. Yeah, just look at these. These are all great. These are all really good suggestions. Where the hell's my name, John? We got Cooper Daniels. Crypto for Change. Yeah, I mean, here we go. Jester. How do you feel about this? I mean, okay, guys, let's go to the chat now because I got to go soon. I'm going to close this up. Okay, Ibu has a request. What is your request? Okay. Okay, where are we at? Can that happen? What did Elon say? I don't know if it can happen. Hip job. She marries as well. You can't hack a 57 Chevy. That's right. But 5-year T-bills. If that CEO was taken out in Russia, it would have been all over this. Okay, we're over that now. People use ADA for pump dump. Coop, I have a request. Okay, well, let's get to your request. Where is it at? Don't just dangle a request. Brando, reducing the influence of the Algorand Foundation and giving it to the community will look great to the outsider and will allow us to steer the ship. I agree, Brando. We could have been a contender. I was not selected as the builder on Algorand. Oh, Ludo, what's going on? Venture, hey, I'm at the end of the list. Hey, Ian Binder, Talenko, Coop, I have a request. Okay, what's going on, folks? Why is everybody saying that they have a request and they're not requesting anything? Native's got a thumbs up. Are you Ian Binder Talenko? Oh, you know what? I never tweeted about this. That's kind of a dick move. I can't believe I didn't tweet about this. Ibu gave me a Dokeyabi AVAX NFT, and I didn't make it my profile picture, or I didn't even tweet about thanking him for it. So we're gonna have to remedy that. And never even mentioned it. But are you really Ian Binder Talenko? What does that mean? He did give me a pretty rad AVAX NFT, and oh man, I disappoint so many people every day. His name is David Day, and I'm gonna have to ask him, but Angelus or Angelus, David Day Angelus. Everyday Algorand, you are on my proposed list. You are a very successful XGov proposer. Ludo, can you send some of that algo to me, please, sir? Please send the algo to me, Ludo. Oh, I see. You weren't excluded, LOO. Did you read the list? I was looking for Schultz and then Everyday Algonaut. There it is. Football transfer gossip. How do I get on the list? Ian Binder Talenko. Yeah, that's my actual government name. Wow. Just stalked myself, but it wasn't hard to find. Ian, folks. Anyone could have looked it up and found it. What happened though? Because you first were Ibu and then you turned into Ian Binder Talenko. That's cool. Well, guys, I mean, look, who says you don't get the alpha on the ReCoop? Ibu's Ian. So football transfer gossip wants to know. Well, it sounds like you got. I'm starting to brand my products under biotech brand, and person can get to all product from the web. All right, folks. Well, you're not giving me any thoughts. No, this is just my other email. I forgot to switch it. Yeah, you guys aren't giving me any thoughts on this thing. I was expecting you guys. I think we're just all pretty much like, yeah, let's do that. Right? I mean, right? Aren't we all just kind of like, okay, yeah, let's go with what John's saying. I mean, honestly, though, like, is there at this point, what are we going to keep on doing this other stuff? Feels like we're just okay. Yeah, what are Ibu's thoughts? Amazing idea. And I mean, my thoughts on it are amazing idea. So, I mean, what do we do now? How do we get this passed? I don't even, do we need to wait for another XGov thing? I don't think so. Why doesn't the foundation, how do we vote for this so it doesn't feel like there's like some freaking coup that happened? I guess that's my question. And did I pass that? Like, how do we just get this implemented as fast as possible? Yeah, Mel says we don't deny the expertise of the Algorand Foundation, but this is. There he is. All right. Well, I'll let that go. I'll stop calling you your legal name and try to erase everybody's memory. But what I will say, folks, is, well, first off, thank you to Ibu for that rad NFT that I probably could. No, let's not do it right now because I have to go. I mean, I said it while I was reading it. I just think that this is an incredible idea. I think it shows a lot of leadership. I think that we all know that Fisherman and NF domains with Patrick and the relationship that Fisherman has throughout the Algorand Foundation, and people like D13 that would probably be very active in all of this. It's just a group of people that I think that the Algorand community can look to and have confidence in. And then I went through that list very quickly, but that was the names of all the people. You know what I mean? This is the people that have been here for so long, have committed so much time and effort to this, and have been wondering why things can't get better. What is it? And, I have to say, me personally, it's been one of the major, I was so excited about decentralized governance. I had an idea in my head on how this was going to become a community run thing. And frankly, it is so highly curated by the foundation. Then they create XGov, but it is so incremental and it is so, I don't know. Is it effective? Ludo, no offense, but like you seem to be getting funded over and over and over and over again. And so it's like, what are we seeing from that? Not just from you, but I just mean from all of it. I'm sure there are some builders that are feeling good, but I mainly hear people like, oh, this isn't enough, blah, blah, blah. I just think we need a fresh look at these things. We need the community to gather together. And I think that, like he said, whoever said GG, I think it was, I just think that from the outside looking in, this is an aspirational story that people could want to be connected to, that would want to participate in, would like to see how building on Algorand is rewarded, not building on Algorand is rewarded, because the story by and large has been not building on Algorand is rewarded, or, incentives in DeFi that, don't go necessarily to where you think they're going, just all of the things. So yeah, I'm happy to be on that list, and I would participate, and I will be an active voice in that DAO, and I hope it all works out. I hope it all works out. All right, folks, I'm going to go talk to a spiritual healer. I'm going to record it, and I'm going to share it with you. This is going to be an interesting talk. Like, I really have no idea how this conversation with this gentleman is going to go. I appreciate David Bowie, but he wasn't one of the main guys that I was listening to growing up. It just wasn't that, but I definitely appreciate his like mysticism and his theatricality, and some, like, certainly the early stuff like Ziggy Stardust and Starman and stuff like that. Like, that's a great album, and he's clearly an incredible artist, and they collaborated for many years. There's a super interesting story on how they met. So we're going to talk about that. EXA NFT is bringing some of his work to the Algorand blockchain. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about some of his healing and all that crap. Not crap, I shouldn't say that. All right, everybody. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Let's see. You guys have some opinions now. I have 2 minutes, I'd say. Fisherman says, I'm only calling Ebu Ian from now on. John. Yes, Ian. Oh, shnikes. Governance systems, though, is something that exists out of blockchain. All this brings a big discussion about future economies and governance in general. Honestly, don't think the foundation will accept anything like this. They just move too slow when it comes to this. Well, have they had the whole entire community being like, no, we insist. We don't want your bullshit anymore. We demand change. If they accept it, it might be too late, like 2 to 3 years from now. They just got to accept it. How do we expedite this? Let's just go. We need it. Is that everything? How much of that is that? How many algos does the Algorand Foundation continue to have? Never know if they'll accept it if you don't try. Can't do anything with Cardano or Algorand, Edward says. Thank you, Coop. You're welcome, Mel. I'd like to see that happen. You don't have to ignore me. I made it. There you go. I have most of my assets in Maple and Internet Computer. So he likes ICP and he likes treasuries, right? Is that what that is? The issue with retroactive grants is that you do not target where you want to move on. For example, if there's missing CIAM, it will not likely going to be funding by retroactive grant or a DAO. Ground control to major. Coop. Coop, are you ready for $2 trillion in treasury bills this year? I'm ready, Michael. Let's go. All right, folks. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for your, and thank you, John, and anybody that helped Fisherman on that paper. Thank you so much for caring about the ecosystem and helping the community have a positive vision forward. I said this the other day. It's like we have a head of DeFi, we have a head of NFTs, and I have zero idea what their vision forward is. So we have NF Domains right now, the team at NF Domains, building a better future and a vision forward. So I appreciate some vision and the responsiveness. He wants to be collaborative, and I think we're doing a good job. I think he's doing a good job. I think the community's doing a good job withstanding that mALGO hack last year and all of the hack work that has been done on the Algorand blockchain for little to no effect, positive, not including Folks Finance and Tiny Man and the work that they're doing at Algo Foundry, GORA Network, EXA Market, sponsors of the show, guys that are continuing to build and to try to grow and do good things for the ecosystem and grow outside of Algorand as well. It's all good. It's all gravy. It's all love, baby. All right, I'll talk to you guys soon. We'll see how